I want you to live the life you were meant to live. You hear me? Not the life that was given to you. I'm a high school dropout because that's the life my daddy gave me. But I've been married almost 28 years and 2 kids by the same woman, which is not my experience. I got brothers and sisters, none of us had the same parents. Because I made up in my mind, that's the life y'all gave me. Humans do not transition to another level when they're comfortable with the level that they're on. You only go to another level when you're on this level and you eating out of trash cans and you say, enough is enough. When you're living in abandoned buildings in the winter and you say, enough is enough. You only transition from one level to the next when you're tired of the level you on. You don't transition in life if you're happy with where you are. And the problem with some of you is you happy being broke. You've gotten content. Just be honest when you walk out of here. Some of you are not transitioning because you're okay with the life you have. And I'm telling you, when I walk out, I want to be an example of you can start from wherever and get to wherever you want to get to. I was like, yo, it's time to go to work. I'm telling you, I've been thinking, I've been making calls. That's what I'm asking you to do. What fuels you? The reason why you so lazy is not because you don't have the ability. You so lazy because your dream's so small. Your dreams are so small. You study me on the internet. If you look at how I became #1 in the world, you got to take it all the way back. You can't start where I am now. You got to start where I started. And the way I blew up before I even knew I was going to blow up is that I took every class serious. That's how I blew up. I got to a point in my life where I was like, yo, the gateway to all success is through knowledge. We're not talking about degrees right now. None of my degrees are hanging up nowhere. As a matter of fact, when I got my PhD, they said to me, as we hood you, what do you want us to say? I said, I don't care what you say, but make sure you tell them I started with a GED. It's gonna be a dogfight. I would love to tell you that on the road to success, everything is gonna work out. It's not. It's gonna be a dogfight. On the road to success, I lost 5 aunts to cancer. It's a dogfight. In the midst of my business, I lost aunts. I had to go to funerals. We had to get on a plane. We had to drive. We had aunts that are close to my age who died, who didn't have insurance. We had to raise money, a dogfight. I had cousins shot in stores, execution style, shot back of the head twice. It's a dogfight. Like, you don't see that on YouTube. You don't see that on my TGIF. It's a dogfight. My wife, 3 years ago, 7 legions found in her brain. It's a dogfight. It hadn't been easy. It's a dogfight. The road hadn't been success. Like, it's just a paved road, and like each he go this way. It's been rough. It's been crooked. It's been hard. But I've made up in my mind that I will get a reward for the pain that I go through. I will not stop in the middle of the process. I will not be defeated. I will not be destroyed. I will take everything that happens in my life and I will allow the pain to push me to greatness. You will not break me. You will not stop me. You will not defeat me. The only way I lose is if I quit. It's going to be a dogfight.
Chad, it's going to be a dogfight. Keeks, good morning, my brother.
Hey, morning, brother. What's up, Chad?
Keegan looking fresher this morning. Freshly cut. Chad, how's everyone doing? Alright, Chad, we're about to get this new week going. Just a little mic check. 1 2 1 2. How's the audio? Audio looks a little bit clippy on my side. Let me know how it is, Chad. If the audio is good, Keeks, give me a 1 2 1 2.
1 2 1 2.
Looks good on my side, Chad. How's everyone doing? Oh, baby. Richard Lowry in the house. Oh, baby. It's going to be a good one. How's the weekend, Keeks?
I was good, relaxing, caught up, just chilled out. So ready to hit this week now. And yours?
Mine was good. Only thing is, Kiggs, I don't know if you saw here. Chad, look at this. My airline's already receding, and my brothers in Christ at my barber even took more away here, Kiggs, like literally into my airline. Like, we don't have a lot of airline to work with in the first place, so chopping away at that airline, I don't know, Chad. Priorities in 2024 is getting to Turkey. That's the first priority. So yeah, greys are coming, Dave. I don't know why though, but the greys are definitely coming. Keegan hides his greys with the cap.
I
Anyways,
don't know what you're talking about.
no, I honestly have some greys on the side. So Chadadonia, but I hope you guys had a beautiful weekend. It is a new week. Amina Slushy Cakes, Vince, Jeremy, good morning. Blessings to you too, my brother. Dave, Vermeer, Sondre Blom, good morning. John Ray, Killy, Peterman, Tando, Steve, Bongani, Liesel, Foster, good morning, good morning. Ashton V, AI, Cosmic Roo, Dylan Hansen, Turtle Trader, good morning. John Drake, good to see ya. Tina Settini, my brother, how are you? Hope you are doing well. Forex Money Machine, Jason Larkin, King Shaq, David Diakowski, Jason Larkin. Bye, I'll only be there for the holiday. I'm good on my hair. Jason, good to see you. Anna D, giving us a young 5-finger there. Hensku, good morning. Chad, hope you guys had a phenomenal weekend. And hope you guys are ready, refreshed, renewed. New week. We are about to get ready. You'll see from the title, we talked about a BOJ pivot incoming. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that tomorrow, rate decision. So please do remind me to chat about that. We've got quite a bit to talk about in terms of Etienne Grobler. Good morning, good morning. Did I miss Richard Lowry? Where's Richard? Oh, Richard Lowry, beautiful. Chad, my coach, that is going to get me over the line next year for the Addo 100 miler. Just chopping away. But anyways, Chad, hope you guys had a phenomenal weekend. And before we start, Chad, as we always say, the 3 F's in life: faith, fitness, finance. We're going to start off with the faith bit. We're going to invite the creator in here before we start. So the Our Father's prayer: Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Amen. Can we get at least 2 agreements? There where 2 or more are gathered in my name, there I shall be. Beautiful. 2 agreements. So that is settled, done and dusted. We can get this session going. Keeks, how was the training week last week, brother? All right.
Actually good, eh?
Quiet.
Closing off in profit, so having a nice little blue week there. So nothing to complain about.
Beautiful. Chad, okay, on to the economic calendar. Why? Hey, okay. Chad, beautiful. Let's get going here. Econ calendar for the day. Nothing much. We just have CPI coming out of the Eurozone. So, yes, harmonized consumer prices. So CPI coming out of Europe, that is 12 o'clock today. Most probably will be already done by then. And then a little bit later, we've got some bull auctions. That is purely due to bonds, or not due to bonds. That is for the bonds in the US. And then Tuesday, big one. That's the one we're going to talk about. BOJ interest rate decision. As you can see here, Chad, previous minus 0.1. The consensus is that the Bank of Japan are going to hike rates by 0.1%, getting out of that negative territory. This is massive, Chad. If this happens, and then obviously the report as well. So big day for yen coming up. The press conference is going to be 6:30. Oh no, not available. Yeah, that's weird. Anyways, Chad, tomorrow is going to be a big day for the yen. Rest of the week, we've got some CPI coming out of almost wanted to say Canada CPI coming out. Wednesday, consumer price index out of Britain. Quite a big deck of data on Wednesday for Britain. Let me just do this quickly, Chad. Give me 1 second here. I just want to see Thursday. Oh, Chad, what am I talking about, Keeks? What am I talking about? Do you guys know what is happening on Wednesday, Keeks? Did you know what's happening on Wednesday?
FOMC.
Oh, baby. Time to get those accounts ready to full port. Make some bad decisions. Just get yourself further away from your financial goals. Fed interest rate decision. I think it's clear cut. We are not going to see any hikes. Big thing for me, as always, the press conference, but we're going to prep you guys beautifully for that on Tuesday and Wednesday, so you are in very good hands, so don't stress. Wednesday, you're going to be prepped. Thursday again, some PMIs coming out of Germany, also some PMIs out of France, and a lot of PMIs out of the entire Eurozone. Then BOE rate decision. Bank of England expecting to keep rates the same. So Chad, it is a massive week. I didn't realize that it is such a big week this week. And Chad, yeah, let's get straight into the charts. Hope you guys are ready for that. And let's see, Keeks, that camera of yours, can we just get a little bit more topside? A little bit more on the top. We want to see that beautiful young face. Keegan is not just a beautiful face, he's also very strong, guys. Don't let that face but anyways, Chad, DXY, we're going to get straight into it. We've got 20 minutes till we open up these markets. Please note, daylight savings only at the end of the month for the London session. Daylight savings already ongoing, or not ongoing. Clocks are turned back for New York session, so Keegan and them starting at 3 every day. But Chad, on the weekly, I am still neutral on the dollar. Why am I still neutral? Because we closed bullish. We didn't take out a previous weekly low. We are trading in between two levels, and the two levels we're trading in between is this little resistance block here. Let's call that the resistance block there. And then we're also trading above this key zone here. So this is most probably the range for the majority of the week. This is the range that we will be trading in for most of the week. So I'm neutral on the week with a bullish bias due to the fact that we closed bullish last week. That's the first bullish closure in 3 weeks. So very interesting. Daily time frame. Daily time frame, similar thing. We've got this not resistance block, this potential support block here, these two levels here. So I'm going to need to see what we do on the daily at these two levels. If we can hold that as support, obviously next area we're going to is this previous breakout area that's untested. So it seems very likely that we could see 103.33 on deck this week. So on the daily, we had a little ab roller candle here, very thin ab roller, almost more like a little pizza cutter with a very big handle on the side. But daily for me as well is neutral. I need to see whether we continue higher or whether we create some type of short interim resistance. 5 minute time frame. Let's quickly look at the 5. What do we have on the 5? Okay, beautiful, nice Asia range already trading below the daily pivot. Asia highs untapped. Very simple for me. Whatever we do here, that's going to determine the rest of the day for me. If we reject Asia lows daily pivot, we're going to go lower to come and test that breakout zone there. 4 hour time frame, let's just see where our weekly pivots are sitting. Weekly pivot quite a bit down, weekly R1 up here. And then we've got the weekly S1 down here. Beautiful. Okay, chat. Very, very simple. And then US 30 and NASDAQ. Then we can go over to Keegs as well. US 30, as mentioned last week, neutral due to the fact that we confirmed this resistance up here. Clearly can see that is a resistance, but I was neutral due to the fact that we closed bearish above this previous breakout zone. So very simple for me this week. If we are going to continue bearish, I want to see some daily closures below this level. Very, very simple. If we can start breaking below this level, you're going to see a much deeper pullback. But otherwise, if we're going to continue bullish, you want to see this level hold. So on the weekly, I should technically be bearish. We've got a confirmed resistance. And the daily time frame, let's look at the daily. All right, daily confirmed resistance up here. Clearly, you can see a lot of resistance in this area. So that is the resistance area there, and this is that previous key level we talked about right there. So let's keep that in mind. This is the level for today that we want to be monitoring. If we fail there, shorts. If we get above that, longs. Very, very simple. 4 hour time frame, let's just look at our weekly pivot structure. Where are we on the weekly pivot? Also, that is the weekly pivot. Weekly R1 up there. Weekly S1 down here. 5 minute time frame. Wow, what am I saying that I'm bearish on the daily? 2 consecutive bearish daily candle closures confirms a resistance for me. 5 minute time frame, chat. Let's quickly have a look at the 5 minute. What are we doing here? All right, accumulation distribution firmly bearish. So a lot of selling pressure. And you can clearly see this on even the 5 minute. What do you see here? You see lows being taken out. You can see the trend is bearish. How do we get bullish on this? Very, very simple, chat. We need to get above this level here. While we stay below that level, I am looking for sells on US 30. So let's see what we do a little bit later. That's all I'm concerned about. Set your alerts here, chat. I'm going to give you a second to screenshot this. That is your level that you need to monitor. If we start trading above there, bullish. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. I hope you took those screenshots. If not, we are still here for you guys. Weekly time frame, NASDAQ. Let's look at it real quick. Simply put, this is bearish for me. 2 consecutive bearish weekly candle closures. Also, you can see that last week's candle closed below this previous breakout area. So does this become a failed breakout? Could be. I'm going to be bearish on the week. Let's just do this real quick. Just want to get through the analysis here. Bearish on the weekly for me. And daily time frame. All right, beautiful, chat. There you can see clearly. Very, very easy to spot. That is your daily key level up here. Sells if we reject this level. 17963. Screenshot that. 3, 2, 1. Let's go, baby. Daily as well, bearish for me. Daily is bearish. 5 minute time frame. What do we have on the 5 here? AD is firmly bearish. We can clearly also see that this is drifting lower, so no need to even contemplate that. We can only get bullish once we get above this key level here. So up until that, I'll potentially look for some shorts here once we break back inside of the Asia range, back below the daily pivot. Let's just make sure our 4 hour pivot levels are correct, while Keegan gets ready to finesse you guys, riz you guys with his technical ability on the charts. You guys think he's got a beautiful personality. He got Caitlin by showing us some of his charting skills. Ask my wife as well. That's how I rizzed her up. But Chad, yeah, those are the levels for me. Keeks, over to you, my brother.
Awesome, brother. Quickly, just before.
Yeah.
Alright, guys, so let's just start off quickly. DXY. So DXY, I'm bullish. Purely reason being is on our weekly over here, you guys are going to see we had this massive a break of structure to the top side. So even though our weekly pivots moved up, everything moved up on our resistance, pivot, and supply. We've now traded, and I always say to you guys, it's only a break on the key area once you can break and hold that retest for the continuation. Now we broke, traded right back above. So very, very simple. We're going to look here to hold this and then continue to the top side. Now when we go to the daily, this is what we're going to see already. Again, perfect structure, trading back down into the supply, holding with our little range, and then the breakout. So I am going to look for, again, Monday, Tuesday, possibly having that retrace, but we are going to be looking more long-term bullish to see something like that. So on the 4 hour, again, we can see the little over here. If we want to see a little 4 hour support, we can look at something like that over there to see if that's going to hold for the retest. Otherwise, we're going to basically see if this gives us anything here. So when we go down to the 50 minute, we'll see already now our Asia lows are literally with our daily pivot and EQ. So we have traded down the whole day, basically breaking now. We might have that retest and fail. So if we come down to test the support, see if we either break underneath or if we'll trade back up then for the rest of the day. But I am looking more bullish on dollar for now. Then you go over to indices. We are now bearish, purely being, guys, so on the weekly, obviously we are bearish. We had all this structure to the top side with our nice top wick over there, but the big thing was closing underneath here and closing under the support. So on the daily, it looks a lot better for us. You'll see we had this little bit of a range over here that we were stuck in the whole time. So again, that nice breakaway from that. So we are out of that now into some clean space, or not clean space, we can just say another range over here. But again, the closure underneath that support, so that's what we're going to look for now with that hold. Again, same thing with DXY, that Monday, Tuesday, you can have us trade in the opposite direction. But the one thing with NAS that I do like already is that even though we've opened up the whole day, we've traded one direction, literally straight away. If you entered any stage of the day, just holding for more than 15 minutes, you would be in profits. So trading right back up, Asia highs, but now we're at that EQ, you can see we've hit that little bit of a brick wall. So we want to see if dollar does start holding, very good likely chance we're going to see NAS come down. If NAS gets back into the Asia range, I definitely think it's a good chance we're going to be coming down for those Asia lows that are untested at this point. So definitely going to be looking for the sells on NAS today. Then with US 30, same thing, we are very much bearish. You can see over there, nice move we had. Even though we closed bullish, guys, the thing for me is you took out the previous week's high, even all-time highs. Took it out, massive rejection, closing under that support. So that's the one thing we want to take note of. But on the daily, you'll see over here, we've literally traded all the way down again, taking out these support levels with our closures underneath. So on the 4 hour now, very much, if you guys always say how I want my retrace, nice bearish engulfing, break of support. So now trade back very slowly, do something like this, see your doji candle or ab roller, and then trade back down to the next support level. So on the 15, all we're going to be looking for here is, I do think we could have something like this, taking out those highs, that sweep of the highs of the day, getting that daily pivot, even the weekly pivot as it's all there, the EQ weekly pivot and daily pivot somewhere into this range, getting that break of structure back into the Asia range, and then looking for those sells for the Asia lows and the continuation. Then what all have you done so far, Chris?
No, just dollar and indices.
Okay, cool.
Are you done?
No,
okay.
I'm done, brother.
Okay, shot. Chad, over to gold. Weekly, I am bearish due to the fact that we took out a previous weekly low, as mentioned. Once you take out a previous weekly low, that is where you can potentially start seeing some volume to the downside. Also, clearly note that this was that weekly wick fill we targeted a couple of weeks ago, so this level is still key for me going into this week. So 2150, Chad, keep that in mind. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to screenshot this 2150, very important level. And going into the daily, what do we have on the day? Okay, so beautiful Friday. We were neutral. We were neutral because we were stuck in this, or not stuck. This was the little range that we were in. So Friday closing bearish below that level. So that is a daily breakout for me. We can clearly even see now on a line chart on the daily that we have now taken out a low as well. So first time we are printing some type of bearish market structure. As you can see, very, very simple for me into the session. These are the two levels that I want to be monitoring. 21.58, 21.48. Buys above 21.58. Sells if we reject there, and then sell continuations below 21.48. 5 minute time frame. What do we have on the 5? Let's quickly look at the 5 daily. Is bearish for me. Let's just do this. Bearish on the daily for me. 5 minute time frame, we can clearly see that from Friday 80 was starting to flip bearish, now trying to tickle that 200 EMA on the 80. However, massive Asia range, so let's see what we do a little bit later here at the Asia highs. But currently very, very tricky. Asia range is very big. I'm gonna say let's monitor this level here. If we can't maintain this S1, then I think we're going to continue lower. Then this S1 becomes a resistance. Otherwise, if this holds as support, we can pull back to that 21.58 as mentioned. So very quickly, I want to finish the rest. I just want to have a chat with somebody in the office here. Weekly time frame for me on GBP USD is neutral. And I'm going to tell you guys why I am neutral very shortly here. Alright, Chad. So I am neutral due to the fact that we are still creating bullish market structure. You can clearly see that we are still taking out highs and still creating higher highs and higher lows. Also looking back in the past, every single time we had a bearish candle closure since bottoming out last year, October, the next week basically took out that high. So again, very simple for me. This can happen again, Chad. Just look at these previous areas. We have yet to have 2 consecutive bearish daily candle closures after creating a new high. So that is what I'm looking at. So just keep that in mind. That is why I am neutral. Also, we've got this 200 EMA level on the weekly time frame. So if you look back, very interesting week for me. If you look back, we spent almost, what is this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks against this level. 2 weeks ago, that was the first breakout above. So one of two things going to happen. This is either a fake out and it's going to come all the way back into the range, or we're going to hold this 200 EMA level and we're going to continue higher. So please keep that in mind going into the session. So daily time frame for me, clearly bearish. You can see that this was the breakout level there, but also considering the fact that we are now basically at the 50%. If you take a fib from these lows to these highs, that is the 50%. So are we going to start pushing bullish? I don't know, Chad, but we've got levels to monitor here. Very easy for this session. Sells below 127.33, buys above 127.50. Very simple for me. Nothing, no rocket science or academic degrees required here. Just simple levels. So sells below here, and then buy continuations above here, that level there. So very simple. 80, what is the 80 doing? The 80 is still firmly to the downside, starting to trickle above, but you can see every time we got above, we just continued lower. So is this just a little bit of a pullback before continuing lower, or is this an actual shift happening here on the charts? I don't know, we'll see very shortly. Euro USD, weekly time frame for me on Euro is neutral as well. We found some resistance here at this key level right here, but also we're coming off 3 bullish weekly candle closures. So neutral on the weekly for me. Let me just change that real quick. Alrighty, Chad, 3 minutes left. Keegan's gonna finesse you guys now. Daily time frame, very simple for me as well. We closed bullish at this previous key level. There's a little neckline there. I'm going to be neutral on the day because at any stage can we continue higher. Can only be bearish again once we break that. So let's see what we do. Very simple 5 minute time frame. Also the monthly pivot level. there's the monthly pivot level, daily pivot level, so sells below there, and then buy continuations above 10900. UJ weekly time frame for me is neutral as well. One weekly bullish candle closure, but then also we took out the weekly high, so very interesting. First time that BOJ is going to come out of negative interest rates, so that is one to monitor. 2 key levels to monitor. That is the upper end of the range. This is the lower end of the range. 5-minute time frame. What do we have on the 5? Very big Asia range. We've got a key level here, 149. I'm going to wait for price to develop a little bit. We're going to see how we open up this week. GJ weekly for me, bullish due to the fact that we took out the previous weekly high, but I'm going to keep it neutral, Chad. BOJ tomorrow is going to be a lucky packet, if I'm honest. Daily time frame, still bullish though. While we can hold above this key level, we can drive up all the way to 191. 5-minute time frame, what do we have on the 580 is relatively chalked. Chad, let me just show you this. Again, it's not chalked. It is still trending up. Asia highs have been taken. Let's monitor 189.90. I would love for 190 to hold. EJ last one for me. Markets are opening in 22 seconds, and then Keegan up next. Also still going to be neutral to bullish on the weekly, taking out last week's high. Daily time frame, beautifully bullish for me. This is a buy continuation pattern. Only thing is, how deep do we pull back on this daily? Let me just take off this key level here. 5-minute time frame. Alright, Chad. Ding, 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 ding. Markets are open and in motion. Round 1 fight. Okay, 80 is still bullish for me here. How do we execute? Asia highs have already been taken. That's the weekly high. Very, very interesting. Round number down here, so I'm going to wait a little bit. Otherwise, I'm going to monitor Asia highs. This is also that half round number. Keeks, over to you to open up the rest of the markets for the guys. I'll see you guys in 1 second.
All right, guys, let's get this. Okay, so gold, I'm bearish. Now this purely comes with higher time frame, guys. So we've said now I can't sell until I get a signal to sell. Now you've had your first bearish week, but when you start looking on the daily, the big thing is we've traded down, tested that structure over here, and we had our break below. So that's what's going to give it to us over there. We traded almost bearish straight away today. So the first thing is, literally from that already, we've just traded down. So I still want us to have another retest and hold that zone to then sell off. So even now, like I see a few guys already in the gold bars. I do back it. You've literally traded down, held this little support here at Asia lows. Now you can trade up, holding the S1. Definitely say your target's Asia highs. Even that daily pivot EQ, almost a spark of the highs of the day. Get underneath like that and then look for your sell off. So definitely am bearish now on gold. I was saying to Chris, I do have a very good feeling. I think this is the week we are going to see that bit of that big pullback on gold. So you definitely want to be on the right side of it this week, or you're going to get hurt a little bit there. So again, looking for the sells. So even though I do back the buys here, again, I've missed my entry. I won't try to scale into it now. I'll look for the sells when we get higher up. Then go over to the yen pairs. So you'll see, obviously, I am bullish on them, but my weekly is neutral, and that's purely because we're looking from a fundamental basis. Obviously, we had all the talks of the yen ending their very tight policy or loose policy, and basically wanting to end that low rates of theirs. So if that happens, we're obviously going to see things change around, and we can definitely see that yen strength start coming in, which would be very, very massive. So when you even look on the bigger time frames, we've always rejected kind of these highs, and now we've rejected, and obviously that would be a big one. Where I'm not gonna lie to you, if this news comes out, it literally can be replays of, let's just get this over here. It can be replays of this, where you're just gonna have this one-way momentum all the way down the whole time. So we literally can see things like this playing out, where again, this is a weekly time frame, and you're gonna see shit like this start happening. If that comes out like we were saying for yen tomorrow, I will put money on it. Your weekly candle will look something like this. Yen is going to absolutely annihilate pairs if that's how it comes out. So we just want to keep an eye out on that, and that's why obviously we have that neutral position still for the day. So already now we can see obviously we broke that key level, so we're just going to play for now technically what we were given. I'd love to see a pullback to that key level and then the continuation. So dropping down again on a 4 hour and then nothing too much there. So on the 15 we can see our daily pivot and EQ, but the daily pivot right there at that key level. So I'd love to see us trade down. The fact we've reached Asia highs, Asia lows, failing to get Asia highs again, I'd love to see us trade down, sweep the Asia lows, test that key level and that weekly pivot. And if we can hold that, or once we get back above, look to go along and then trade back up for the day. That would be my play there. So going over to GJ, same thing guys, obviously daily bullish, but on the weekly we are neutral. So we can see something like this start playing off. On the lower time frames, if you want to think of it this way, you literally could have, let's just see if that was your bearish movement before news comes out. If we are flipping bearish, you've had that pullback, you're already on literally at the 61. So if this candle had to now flip and do something like this, definitely would be viable on the weekly side of things. So this can all just be top wick momentum we make it at the moment. So again, 4 hour, nothing too much I'd want to look at here, purely because there's nothing, you're in no man's land. But the difference with this in UJ, not with UJ, sorry, you can see we want to trade down to our pivot and our EQ. So that's already showing us we want to be trading down. So we can see that trade off again, Asia lows failing on their retest. So Asia lows hasn't been retested yet. So that's only literally purely from when market opened. So now we hold Asia highs, we can actually look for this. I won't even be looking for the buys then today, purely almost the sell off straight away just because of technicals. So either I won't be trading GJ or I'm already going to look for the sells. Then going over to EJ, you'll see the same thing. We've literally traded off, bearish, nice big push back up. But on the daily side of things, again, a bit of a no man's land. So not really too much. I think that's going to be almost identical to GJ. So we'll see again trading down, Asia lows untested, almost a copy and paste of what we've seen there with GJ. So something like that, the break, either getting down to the pivot, the EQ, back up to the retest, and then the melt off after that. So again, I actually think UJ would be the better one for me today. EJ, GJ not liking too much. Then going over to GU, we obviously are bearish now with that dollar strength coming in, having our melt off over there. So on the 4 hour, just having that little pullback. We've seen this almost the whole time, break, pullback. So on the 15, I think that is literally perfect place now to start looking for the sells. You've traded up, broken Asia highs, hit your EQ perfectly. If that holds its resistance, look for something. If we maybe get a retest Asia highs, bounce up, reject the daily pivot, and from there we can look to take those shorts into the Asia range and trade all the way back down, possibly even for the S1. So that would be my move there for the day. And then lastly, EU, we also are still bearish on the day. We can see trade up to the weekly resistance, a massive sell off after that. On the daily, again, a nice little range there with that we're having a massive breakaway, and then a little doji candle. So again, looking for that little, almost if you want to say pullback on the lower time frame. So we've had this little range, if you want to say we were kind of stuck in there. So you had your breakout, but again, this thing can just flip completely still, just trapping everyone here on the buys. Daily pivot and EQ right in the middle of the Asia range. So that's what makes this a little bit different. So either are we going to get stuck here at the 200 or trading back up for that R1 and then faking out as we're talking about to come back, get into the Asia highs, and then look for those sell-offs, so those weak Asia lows that are untested. So pretty much that is it from my side for the day, guys.
Beautiful. Thanks, Keeks. Chad, yeah, markets are moving, and all of our guests are locked in for Cape Town. So Cape Town, we are seeing you guys on Monday. Everything planned. Got some new gear on order as well. So as mentioned, after being on Top Trader SA, we got a lot of inspiration and definitely time to up our game. So did quite a bit of purchases over the weekend. Podcast definitely going to be a lot better in terms of production quality, new lights, new cameras, the works. Ngobile from Top Traders SA also sending me a message this morning. Industry chats will be coming out. That's the one with me, Keegs, Ngobile, and AJ on the 2nd of April. Market Masters coming out on the 10th of April, and then Keegan coming out on the 17th of April, Chad. So that's one to look forward to. That's a podcast we did with Top Trader SA. Honestly inspiring seeing what those lads have done and the setup they've got. Weirdly enough, that is what excites us these days, is how good is your setup. And they've got a beautiful, beautiful setup. That first one that's going to come out, you're going to see me sweat. Keegan said he was sweating, but he looked cool, calm, and collected. I was literally sweating bullets, like just purely due to the heat. But yeah, that is 3 podcasts we did in Josie, and then I think we're shooting something like 8 podcasts now next week in Cape Town. So we're going to try and see if we can fit in a little meet and greet as well with the guys. We'll just sit down after this. Also for the Project 5130 guys, Chad, we do apologize. Those one-on-one calls, we want to finish them up, but it has just been absolutely... It has been busy, Keeks. And I think also with the daylight savings, as great as it is starting NYSE earlier, we basically clock off from the London session. You have like a little bit of a break, shoot some content, whatever, and then you're straight into the next session. So it has actually made our days much shorter.
Yeah.
Much, much shorter. Please do the meet and greet. Jeremy, we will. It's just our schedule is crazy, if I'm being very honest. It is very, very crazy, but we will see where we can get. Just looking at the schedule here real quick, Chad. I don't know if we can. So Rolio, Jack and Rydell, that one is happening, Chad. That one is confirmed. Chatted both to Rydell and Rolio this morning. We've got... Keegs up? Okay, no, let's keep it...
We can say it.
We've got Garen Hull, we've got Ethan Garland, we've got John Lee, one of the funder traders from Vault Funder as well, getting a big payout. 21 group.
There's the thing if you want to just...
Oh, here's it, Chad. Beautiful. Simon, Tapelo, Rydell Fix and Rolio Jack. That's the one. Hamish, not yet confirmed. So if you're watching...
he is
Hamish,
confirmed.
is he confirmed?
He's free.
Hamish, Shaquille Samai. I don't know where Shaquille is, that man. Shaquille, my brother, I'm praying for you. You can actually take your phone and throw it away, my brother. So please pray for Shaquille Samai. That man is not good on a phone. So we'll see if we can get him on. Otherwise, we're going to chalk him. Guys, I don't know this. I think this is Javen's. Javen's one. Alrighty. Keeks, sorry man, I missed your... Just had to make a few phone calls. I missed your analysis. Anything looking good for you?
No, good, eh? I think it's going to be interesting. Obviously, I was saying that the yen pair is the big one. You kind of got to wait for that statement. Because that's definitely going to flip all the the pairs around.
Oh, BOJ?
Yeah.
Dude, it's
if that happens, that is gonna flip everything completely.
It is a massive week.
And then obviously FOMC. I mean I don't see anything changing. So for me, it will just play into the bias. But yeah, it is a big week, big news week. It's a lot's gonna happen.
Clint Fester. I've never heard of her. Who's Clint Fester? Is that OnlyFans girl? Have you heard of a Clint Fester, Keegan? Never heard of her. Yeah, maybe we should get some females on the podcast. So we'll definitely chat to Clint Fester. Maybe we can get Caitlin to host that one for the females. Clint Fester, never heard of her. Alrighty, chat. How was the weekend? Weekend good? How was last week? Last week wasn't bad. Actually, slower than expected. I was expecting a lot more from the market. It's Festex. Is that I've never heard of it. Karen, I've never. No, Chad, I'm taking the piss out of you. I know who Clint Fester is. I'll kick him in his stomach, so no. Clint Fester, I don't want Clint Fester near me. If he comes in a radius of 1 meter, I will knock out his teeth. The Wish version of DJ Khaled. There was ever a Wish version.
It literally is the
Yeah, bro, it's 100% yeah. The Wish version of DJ Khaled. Jamie Joss, Clint Fester, absolute joke. Biggest joke. And if you don't believe me, actually I had an OnlyFans for charts. So cringe. Like, bro. No, we know Clint. Not know him, but we've seen his body of work. It looks like his actual body, out of shape. Something you want to get rid of. Man United, I haven't watched soccer. I am a big Man United fan, but I haven't watched soccer in years. I think they drew against Liverpool, if I'm not mistaken. Was it the Communities Cup? Chris, you were right. Gents like to post that working on the weekend song to charts on the weekend.
That is
I told you, bro, and they're not even working. What are you working on a weekend? Yeah, dude, it's something I don't think necessarily we'll change the industry. Like, we're not here to try and change anything, but we're just trying to set a standard at least for people to say, all right, this is the minimum standard, and if you can't even do what the 2Gs are doing, why am I paying you money? These guys are doing free call, or not free calls. They're live streaming every day. They give me a daily bias. They take their trades live with us. They host monthly mentorships for free. They're giving so much value. There's a playbook on Discord for free, basically outlining the entire trading strategy. There is a trading plan. There's a community. There's the entire education section right on top here. We've got the trading plan. You've got your entry drills. You've got what to look for in terms of candle setup, a checklist. You've got a cheat sheet here. Like, I don't know what these other guys are doing. Regurgitated cookie cutter bullshit from some or other YouTube channel, or they bought a course from AstroFX like what Clint Fester did, reworked the AstroFX course, sold that again. Chad, it's as we've mentioned, even to Jason Noah,
Oh yeah.
like innovate, don't imitate. There's already so much imitation going on.
I wonder if your cousin's gonna be in town.
Who's that?
Didi.
So listen, I asked a few people, and I wouldn't mention names, but I said, look, I wanted to get them on, and the response I got, I wouldn't mention names. Knowing them, they would be asking, what is in it for them? Because I just wanted to have like an open, straight conversation.
That conversation would have lasted 5 minutes.
You think they would walk up and walk out?
Yeah. I would actually pay for that though, hey? To see Joash get angry. Like, I wonder what it looks like.
No, I think his eyes just go very skew. He tries to confuse you with his eyes. And then he'll just show you demo profits like this. Dedication, hard work, and then his eyes go all squaff. Hey Chad, I am terrible. Please pray for me. I'm wrong on so many levels. Had such a good day yesterday at church, everything, and I come here choosing violence this morning. Hey, I do apologize. Now he will confuse you with those ass kicks. You'll think he's looking over your shoulder, but he's actually looking at you.
I must say, hey, I'll give those guys, hey, I've never seen so many different angles of the same Ferrari in my life.
Chad, yeah, sorry man. I don't know. I need to talk to some Christian leadership. Is it wrong what I'm doing? Wait, so y'all can see his two eyes, bro. It's like he's focused. Yes, I do apologize, Josh. Josh, if you can repent, my brother, I still love you, even if you don't repent. But them eyes are crazy, my dude. We're not gonna lie. Them eyes are crazy.
That is so funny. The whole church is in on his signals.
And then they still need to tithe in his church as well. So they're losing money and they need to give tithes. So it's a win-win for Josh. Them eyes are crazy, my dude. That's one of the side effects from trading demo. Your eyes go like that. So you'll see a lot of demo traders. A lot of demo trading will kill your eyes. Oh yeah, I saw that. Things in the Forex industry. Geeks, do you see that?
What's this?
That guy, James FX, fought another Forex guy in this MMA fight on the weekend, but he got obliterated. I saw it on Bullseye's thing.
Oh, yeah. Okay, the thing overseas.
Smoked. I think MMA is a little bit ruthless, but I think in SA we can do like a boxing one.
Yeah.
Where you can have like an amateur fight with the headgear and stuff. MMA is a little bit, I think it's a little bit like you can really hurt somebody that's untrained. Did it put out an excuse video? Damn. Send the invite to Clint. No, I'm blocked. I'm blocked everywhere. I've got his number, but Clentina Festina. It's actually a watch brand called Festina. But when we're done with Clint, he'll be Festina. He'll sit down and pee. Ricardo Vitali, good morning, brother. Garen, he got nuked, my bro. He got nuked. That man got nuked. Almost like Anthony Joshua knocked Ngannou. Only thing though, this was...
To be fair, it was the same thing with that other fight in SA where Dwayne knocked that other Urk out.
Oh yeah, Dwayne also
Yes,
nuked.
he knocked that man one shot, first round. It was
Just
what, like
straight,
20 seconds?
Yeah, it was a straight part. Boom.
Put that man to sleep.
Oh, Chad, JW. Still the cleanest Air Force Ones I've seen.
What's up, brother?
Still clean. Show me the other side that you work with them the weekend. Had ek sien, wys my die onderkant. Fresh Air Force Ones, fresh cut.
Man's keeping them clean.
Man is single, ready to mingle. Huh? Hoe like it? Say ready. Yeah. Ladies, how many ladies? Kom staan gou so. Chad, just look at ladies. This is for the ladies, not for the guys. It's not into guys. Kyk, ek gaan daar vir die cameras. Kom gou in, smile gou. Chad, look at this man. Huh? Look at that smile. Show them the kicks quickly. Show them the kicks. Those kicks. Ladies, this man is single, ready to mingle. So can I get all the ladies in the chat? All the ladies. Please stand up. This man is looking for a long-term relationship. He likes long walks on the beach. He likes actually watching old VHS movies, but the romantic ones. And he loves sushi, but the vegan ones. No raw fish, just the one with the avo in. So we are open for business here, ladies. Where are all the single ladies? Are all the ladies taken here? I think we will be auctioning a date, Geeks, to fund this road trip to Cape Town. Blom is... If Blom is a dude, I'm done, Chad. We're ending this stream. We're ending the stream. No pending ladies. No he, she, him, they, thou, that. No.
Yeah, Slushy, Dwayne's thing was a charity event as well, eh?
Yeah. Muzamil, I'm looking at EU. My only thing though is, brother, I check you talking about the trend line. My only concern here though is that we haven't tested Asia highs. So also we've got that round number here. So you've got quite a bit of overhead resistance. You've got your daily R1. You've got your round number. This is your weekly high you're trading at. So without any fundamental news, what's going to drive price? So not a trade that I will be jumping into at this stage. I first want to see what we do here as a minimum. Whatever we do there, I will decide. Also DXY, we had that first test of the Asia lows, that first test of the daily pivot, and still early days. Genuine question, no hate or anything. Wasn't Justin friends with Clint? Just curious. I don't think friends, if I'm honest. I think more Clint was an IB for Justin. So honestly not friends. the thing with a lot of these IVs, they move where they can get the best deal.
He's not talking about this, Justin.
Oh, this Justin.
Yeah.
He was. But we showed Justin the light. Keeks, who would win between you and Dueno? Ooh.
Yeah. To be fair, so I know Dueno actually like does box. Like he's got boxing in his family. So it would be good.
But you didn't say who you think would win. Obviously Keegan backs himself. I back Keegan as well. No way Keeks goes into a fight without backing himself.
To be fair, like any smart guy that fights would never go into a fight if they didn't back themselves. Like you're not gonna start a fight or even get in a ring with someone if you genuinely like knew you're gonna get your ass given to you. Because as much fun as people want to make jokes, it's not fun being knocked out. So yeah, you if you're gonna climb in a ring, you obviously you're working out that like, listen, I can take this man.
No offense, maar hoe kom is Clint se vrou? I don't know, I can't see through those teeth, my bro. It's actually wrong. Clint scammed all of those people and didn't get to fix his wife's teeth. He put veneers on for himself and he kept that cage for his wife.
Yo, Chris. Yes.
Chad, I'm sorry, man. That man, like, here's my thing. You've scammed people for like over 8 million rand. Like, pay that 80 grand or whatever. Get that wife to a good dentist. Get those braces in. Like, just.
That was rough.
Sorry, Chad, but that
was rough.
Those teeth are bad, my bro. Those teeth are uglier than sin, my guy. No, Dylan, I need to go back to church, but the thing is, these guys bring the worst out of me, so I will repent after this. The thing is, these scammers just bring the worst out of me. And the only reason I know about the teeth is Rydell mentioned it, so blame Rydell. Yo, Rydell got stuck into that man's wife's teeth. Sheesh. No, but listen here, if you've got money, there's no excuse for your teeth looking like that, all mangled up. Like, no. No. Unacceptable. My teeth are also mangled up, but still not to that extent. Like, I had my jaw was broken in 2 places, so my entire bite is out and my teeth alignment is out, but GJ cells. Dude, it's very tough at this stage for the GJ cells. I'm not saying no. I want to see what we do here, and then we've got that key level down here. So very tricky. I think with BOJ coming up tomorrow, we're going to talk about BOJ a little bit later in the session just to prep you guys. But I think it could be very rangy up until tomorrow. And then also, if you take some yen trades, please keep in mind tomorrow is going to be super volatile when that rate decision comes out and when that speech comes out. So even if you're running 100 pips in profit, please lock it in before tomorrow, because I've seen 200 pip wicks on yen pairs. I've seen 500 pip wicks. So please. So please, Chad, just make sure that you are at least locking something in, because tomorrow is going to be brutal on the yen pairs. Brutal. Some guys don't even know what's happening fundamentally, and they are gonna get absolutely destroyed. Oh, Chad, Neil van Westhuizen, the one and only Baloney from Benoni. Nila, when are you coming to 900 pip easy, Turtle Trader? I think it was 2018 that December, my one friend phoned me, blew up a lot of money. He asked me what happened with the yen pairs. Aussie yen, I think, dropped 600 pips in minutes. Alright, Nila, let's make a plan. Chad, and we've got another big payout this week to one of the Vault funded traders. He's actually from the Eastern Cape. I think he's from Port Elizabeth. I wish to be funded. I need to hustle for the challenge. Definitely, Dorcas, you need to hustle. Everybody's on a hustle. Alright, Chad, not much happening here so far this morning. Dollar index rejecting these Asia lows, as mentioned, relatively quiet on the day. Nothing much coming out on the economic front. So we just need to be patient and see what we get. We've got this round number here on UJ, but still within the Asia range. Same with yen, still within the Asia range. Yen currently, yen and EJ being the stronger one between the three. UJ looking to be the weaker one. Gold, I'm just waiting to see what we do here. Otherwise, I'm going to potentially look for some sells here. So we'll need to see what we get. Chad, while we wait, we can actually start talking about the BOJ tomorrow. So what I want to outline for you guys is the following. If you look at what's happening tomorrow, so interest rate decision, let's quickly go over to the dashboard here. If we look at the dashboard, so since the last time they had positive interest rates was in 2015. So 2015, that's almost 8 years ago. That was the last time they had positive interest rates. So for us to actually go back to neutral, and I say neutral because zero is neutral technically for them, that is a massive deal. Then all of a sudden, all these chats that they've had about coming out of negative interest rates, that then all of a sudden becomes a thing. Then obviously the big one is what is the forward guidance on that. So if we go over back to the charts and we look at yen futures on a weekly perspective, let's just go here. So you can clearly see here, if I zoom all the way back, so from 2011, the yen has been, let's put it on a monthly chart. Let's put it on a monthly, just to make it very clear. So from a monthly perspective, you can clearly see this is what the yen futures looks like. So let's do this. So from a monthly perspective, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to see that this thing has been bearish. All of this was just purely corrective moves, created new lows. This could be corrective again. So from a monthly, you can clearly see the yen has been overall weak in a monthly downtrend. If we go back to a weekly, very, very interesting that we are currently at a weekly demand zone. So this level right here, so from the looks of it, it looks like the Bank of Japan trying to defend this level, because this level was last tested in 2022, October, tested again in November 2023, and now we're trying to move out of this zone. So this level very key, and I think for some reason the Bank of Japan is trying to defend this level. From a weekly perspective, we can clearly see that we have now gotten a confirmed support right here, and then we've got a confirmed, not yet confirmed, but a resistance level up here. So very, very simple for me going into tomorrow. You need to mark out these two levels. These are the two levels that you need to mark out, and trading above bullish, trading below bearish. And I think markets haven't really reacted off the Bank of Japan as of yet, because there's been a lot of talk but not a lot of follow through. So again, here's my thing. If you go back to the economic calendar and you've seen a country that since 2000, the highest their interest rates have been since 2007 was 0.5%, and this is where we're at now. So if you've been having negative interest rates for this long, the market is going to call you on your bullshit. So I think the markets are in a wait and see to firstly see whether they come out of negative interest rates, and then secondly, what is the forward guidance from the Bank of Japan? Is this just a one hike wonder and they're going to keep it there for the next 5 years again, because then it's not really that bullish for the yen? Or are they going to come out of negative interest rates expecting to continue hiking up until they get to some neutral level in concordance with what the rest of the global markets are doing, especially Bank of England, ECB, and the Fed? So that is the idea that we are working with. Chad, give me 1 second.
No, there's a internet alternative afterwards. There's one that was just better stuff that was like the breakfast one. And they choose just these four with other cars and accident. So I thought people were saying like, bro, like, why did you see a drone? How did you let them handle the way they handled it?
All right, Chad. Keeks is gonna sit here with you guys. I'm looking at gold as mentioned, 2155. Otherwise, the continuation below 2150. DXY back at the Asia lows. So let's see if we can get some volume. Still relatively muted. Give me 1 second, Chad. Just want to phone Shaquille.
Okay, Chad. I'm here. Don't you worry. Let's just see what is happening here. Dun, 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 dun. Alright. Alright guys, I'm just looking at DXY, what that's going to do now at Asia lows. Gold's having a bit of a rejection. UJ also coming down. EU, EJ. So G's at that EQ. What indices doing? Yeah, I don't know. Everything is like quite actually like quiet. Ooh. I must say guys, indices lately a lot. Like I don't like trading indices in London session, but they really seem like they've been playing out nicely in like the London sessions. Nice trade up holds. If this thing closes nicely under that little support, good chance this thing can sell off. Could actually be a nice trade. I actually like this a lot. I just don't know how I feel about trading this in London. Is anyone here that trades really indices in London? It's something I've been looking at. I never used to trade in London, purely only in New York. But like, yeah, I've been seeing like a lot of the moves are starting to play out lately in London. Where's the chat? Yeah, let's see. 900 pips dropped low. Yes, yes. Crystal check. June, I'm busy with some projects. I wish we find it. I need a hustle for the challenge. Scalping gold sells. Oil to the moon. Keys, I've been catching some nice trades in London on indices. Oh, okay, cool. So you guys are. I do, Keeks. Because, you know, like I said, I'm looking at it, and like a lot of the moves lately. I mean, obviously, you catching basically the same type of moves in New York. They're just a lot more quick and like volatile. But like at this rate, it's almost like you can catch the same move in a London session, and it's just playing out a lot more smooth.
Shit, it's still on my screen. Apologies.
Ugh, it's chilled. We were just talking about it anyway. Because I mean, like this is a nice break. I mean, DXY coming back to the lows. What I was just saying to the guys here on the 4 hours. I mean, traded up, hold the resistance zone, trading out, taking out that intra support. On the 1 hour, you're gonna have a nice break of structure there. Then you come down for the lows. Like, it's just like these are playing out actually so beautifully on a.
What is that? Indices.
Indices. Like I was just saying to the guys in London sessions, they really been playing out nicely though. Like purely of technicals. Like you're gonna catch the same move in New York, but obviously it's a lot more volatile. Where yeah, it's like you're catching it like a lot more relaxed.
King Shaq. My name is Shaquille. Okay, King Shaq. No, I don't think King Shaq is Shaquille Samai. Alrighty, Chad. What are we taking here? Keeks, what are we taking, my brother? The guys are hungry. Hungry for. Are you in Cape Town, King Shaq? Then we'll replace you with Shaquille Samai. Keeks, no recovery signal.
Nothing yet.
No recovery signal. Alrighty.
Unfortunately, nothing yet, brother.
No recovery signal for you guys as of yet. Hungry for that wet powder, dude. 100%. 100%.
Alright, I'll be back now, Chris.
Okay. Yeah, it's a busy morning here in the office. Chad, anyone got contacts with cameras? There's a specific camera we want. Nobody's got stock. Chris, how was your run yesterday? Hey, Laz, the run was good. Actually felt strong. Obviously missed that one run. I think it was on Thursday. But Thursday was just way too hectic. By the time I got home and I told my wife, can I go and run for an hour? She was already a little bit temperamental, getting dinner ready. Alright, Chad, here's Shaquille Samai now. Give me 1 second. Let me just confirm this guest real quick.
Yo, what's up, Chad? I'm just here to do business real quick. Okay, so check, Chris.
Yo, chat to me. Guys, you seeing real-time meetings here. Adrian, wait, give me 1 second. Adrian lives. Lives. Adrian live. Chad, we're going to do a podcast with Adrian as well. A forgotten legend in the industry. When you talk about prop firms, this guy was doing prop firms before some of us even knew what a prop firm was. So we're going to have Adrian on as well. So Curly, looking forward to that one as well, my brother. Okay, Mo.
Okay.
First set that camera right so the people can see
You
it.
also look like I'm at an ATM.
Yeah, this looks like that ATM cam.
What's up, Chad? There's my beautiful
Look
face.
how beautiful that man is.
Absolutely. Okay, now listen. We need to get to business.
Yeah.
Looking everywhere for the XT30, right?
Yeah.
Sold out.
Okay.
And now I'm looking at our second option, The Sony A6600.
Okay.
Decent price.
Yeah.
And I think we can still keep within the budget and still get the same lens. And it's a pretty solid camera.
But is it better though?
Is it better than what? The Fujifilm?
Yeah.
Let's check specs quickly. Give me a sec.
Sony A. Chad, I don't know. Do you guys have contact with Sony A77?
No, A6600.
Oh, A6600. Okay, let me see.
So we're gonna talk specs quickly. These are the numbers that matter, right? So let's go to the video, the imaging.
How can we stay in the budget if it's 35k? Was that with the lens?
That's like when you're looking at it with it fully spec'd out, and we don't need that.
Okay, but where did you look for the?
I'll show you. But the stuff that matters, listen, Chris.
Okay.
The stuff that matters is we are looking at the recording. It shoots 4K.
Yeah.
Up to 29 frames per second. That's fine. It's no Fuji there.
How do you mean it's no Fuji? Is it worse than the Fuji?
My Fuji right now shoots 4K 60.
And this one shoots
4K 29, which is fine. It's absolutely fine for what we're gonna do with it.
No, it's not fine. Okay.
Chris, we need to order something today.
Okay, how much is it?
It's 14.
14.
Yeah.
But it's worth. Be honest. If there wasn't a time rush, which one would you choose?
Honestly, this is a solid contender. Hey, if I didn't
No.
If I had to choose,
it's a yes no.
I just said I haven't done so much research on. I would still go for Fuji, but that's because I'm biased. I love my Fuji, bro.
And where did you say we can get it?
Let me show you quickly. I think it's over here.
Chad, we need a camera
ASAP.
like today. We need to order today. Is it 15k second hand and it's worse than the Fuji?
It's not like worse. The Fuji is great. This is still very good. This is
No, Mo. I don't wanna jump into something just because we rushed.
no. I swear, dude.
No.
If someone in the chat was into, listen to King Shark here saying Fuji over Sony. You don't know anything, okay? But I swear, I'm still gonna stand on this. I'm gonna look around one more time.
Okay.
But after the stream, we need to pull the trigger on something.
On outdoor photo.
Yeah, I've been to their store. They're a pretty solid camera shop. They're pretty chic, actually.
Where is it?
Here, outdoor photo. This is a crazy, insane price for this.
How much go down?
14.
But it's not better than the Fuji though.
Dude, my Fuji was a unicorn of a deal.
Did you? No. I'm talking about the XT30. This compared to the XT30.
It's tough, man. It's a tough question you're asking.
And then how much is the lens?
The lens is going to be the same price because it's by a third party. Sigma.
That's Sigma lens.
Sigma makes great lenses. Don't think otherwise.
No. I'm not stressed about Sigma. It's just.
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to my desktop. I'm going to look around and give you a list of the best options we can come out with.
Cameras are hella expensive. Yeah, they're not that expensive. The lenses is what kills you, but Mo knows what he's talking about. Stayed with the mate who did photography. He said the same thing. Yeah, the Fuji is Mo. Have you checked Marketplace?
I did. I actually
No,
already
man.
inquired. I asked about the
About what?
XC3 we saw, and I'm like, yo, dude, can you sell this for less? Because he's chancing, asking for 50.
What did he say?
I haven't gotten a response yet. I'll check now when I go
But
back.
phone him.
I don't know if his numbers are there.
No, phone him. Ask him for a number.
Oh.
Tell him is it new?
No,
if
it's used.
If it's not new, then tell him, make an offer. Tell him we'll give you 10, bro. Like we
Okay.
can get this thing new, 13k. Depending on the condition, we'll give you 10.
Okay, let me go do that. But we need to get something. Also, order the step up rings. Are you proud of me?
Did you order it? Is it ordered?
Yeah.
Chad, do you still have the sellotape on?
I still have the sellotape on.
Quickly bring that camera. Chad, I want to show this to you guys while we wait here. While we wait here for the markets, we're not going to miss anything, Chad. Nothing really has happened. So we are still here, but I want to show this to you guys. Does this man not... Mo, give me that. Okay, so if you don't know, there's a thing called ND filters. I don't even know what it is, but it's to do with aperture and the light and all of that. So Mo's got this very expensive ND filter kit, but the lens on his Fujifilm requires a step-up ring. And is this not how we shoot in the office? Because this young man, you see that young man sitting there, there in the right-hand side of your screen. Chad, look at this. What is this? what is this? Because he does not want to spend. How much did you pay for the step-up ring?
Honestly, I paid 274.
I still told him I'll pay for the step-up ring. Look at this, Chad.
Dude, they were difficult to find though.
What is this, Chad? I wonder if you hold it over, if they can see the effect of it. Okay, they wouldn't really know.
It's basically sunglasses for your lens.
And I told Mo, and I said, Mo, if we are rocking up like this in Cape Town to shoot podcast with over 100,000 rands worth of gear,
Someone's leaving.
and you rocking up with the sellotape,
Hey man, you know what?
bro.
The Chad will say though, the quality we've been putting out still looks good. So
The
you can't.
quality is good, bro, but still, see.
It works. It's been like this for like well over a month. But anyway, Chad,
okay,
it's
so
been fun.
when is that coming?
Should be Wednesday latest.
We still don't have a camera, Mo.
I know. We'll rock paper scissors it out afterwards.
No, we need a camera like ASAP.
A camera that fucks.
Like, please go and make phone calls to friends,
Yeah, but no, for real. We'll sort something out after the stream. Let me get back to it. Peace out, Chad.
Alright, Mo. Strobe K. Neil, we need to start recruiting those midgets 100% for the keto cooking channel. Midgets and widgets, that's what that channel is going to be called. If it's dumb and it works, it's not dumb. No, Edgar, it works, but my thing is, it's just such a schlep because there's about 6 filters. So every time we want to change a filter, Mo needs to untape the lens, and then he needs to go back and tape the new filters on again. It's yeah. No, I respect the making the plan 100%. Like, I honestly respect the hustle. S and R, baby. 2 donors in the house already. S and R, the thing is, we've got the cash. There's a specific camera we want, and nobody's got stock. So it's not necessarily about the GoFundMe. It's about go find me that camera so we can buy it. If we can just find that XT30 Fujifilm. We checked Cape Town. That's where we basically buy a lot of our gear from Ohms. But anyways, we'll check what we get. Chad, alright. GJ, yeah, at the session hour. What is DXY doing? DXY rejecting Asia lows again. Gold making its move to that 2155. We're going to see what happens there. My only thing, this is a valid setup. This is a valid setup right here. Only thing is so early on the week, trading at the Asia highs, trading at the weekly highs. This is literally your weekly high right there. Makes this trade a little bit tricky for me. But if you go to the playbook on Discord and you go to the buy trades, the continuation trades, This is actually more reversal trade. So if you focus on this one here, let me just bring this across. If you focus on this setup here, this middle one, this is the setup right there. So let's just bring it back to show you guys what I'm talking about. So as you can see here, from these highs, we've been creating lower lows. We've been printing lower lows. And then from here, we've had a shift. So just purely from a line perspective, if I go into a line chart, this is where the shift occurred. But here is my thing. What is going to drive price through a weekly high, through an Asia high? It's a trade that could work, but it's a trade I'm not falling over my feet to trade, if I'm honest. I'll rather miss it with everything that's going on tomorrow. I'll rather lock it into gold, see what we do here. And whatever we do here to 155, that's going to determine what I'm going to do for the rest of the session. So I'm rather going to wait on gold. GU still pushing up nicely. There's that key level there. And 80 is looking firmly bullish. Euro in this little ugly 5-minute range, just absolutely chopping the guys here. And then UJ, also not the cleanest chart, still very well within the Asia range. If you check here, still within the Asia range. And yeah, this GJ trade, are we missing a runner here? I don't know. It's a valid setup any other day if we had some weekly range, but Chad, this trade just becomes very difficult. 7. Are we missing this trade here? Somebody post OnlyFans over the weekend. Let me just see here. Where's our moderators? I think it was moderated. This brother needs to get banned. Posting Fixini. Wait, let me first ban the brother. Let's ban this brother. Okay. Okay, Fixini is banned. Let's just quickly delete. Trade locker. Some people are really bored. Alright, Chad, what I might do is if we can hold this Asia highs. What is gold doing? Okay. Okay, let's see at gold 2155. 80 still bearish. GJ. Let's see what we do at these Asia high levels. DXY. DXY not getting away from these Asia lows. Very interesting. So very, very interesting that DXY is not getting away from those lows. Laz, are you still in the chat, my brother? Lazarus. Laz, let me know if you're still in the chat, my bro. Yeah, Sunday's run felt really good. But as mentioned, I think it's because I missed that earlier run in the week. So legs were fairly rested. Bright Projects, how's it been, my brother? Is that other Shaquille funded? Not with Vault Funder. No, he's got a endorsement deal with another funded company. But he is funded. Chad, we didn't even watch what Asia did overnight. Let me just see what Asia did overnight. Nikkei closing up 2.67. Hang Seng closing relatively flat 0.22. So definitely gonna see some positive flows coming through equities this morning. Nasdaq already the winner here. And then also putting out a video for you guys on my Q2 stock shortlist. Updated my list of stocks to buy. So here's the list here. I don't know if you want to screenshot that. 3, 2, 1 up to PM. Then 3, 2, 1. And then just these last 3 at the bottom. As mentioned, how I start my process is I start off by shortlisting the top 100 based off volume, because firstly, if you are going to be trading stocks, you want to be trading stocks that have volume. You don't want to be trading low float stocks because this is for an investment portfolio. If you want to be building your own investment portfolio, so that's the first prerequisite for me, is that there's volume. Secondly, I calculate the average. There's only 2 metrics I look at: the PE ratio and then the forward dividend yield. So you obviously want to be investing in stocks that have a good yield and obviously a low PE. So what I do is for that top 100, firstly I calculate the average. What is the average PE? And then anything that's below the average, I take. Anything above, I kick out. And then I do a second average. So of the shortlisted stocks, then I do another average PE. And then I get to my final list, and then I do exactly the same with the yield. So weirdly enough, the top 100 stocks, the average yield was only 2% forward yield. So anything below 2% kicked it, anything above kept it, and then the average PE, believe it or not, was 24.75. That was the second average PE yield. The first one, I think, was something like 37.8, if I'm not mistaken, which is still very high. So those stocks that you saw on that list all met this criteria. And then after that, what I do is I create an additional watch list for me, and I go onto the weekly time frame. And then I obviously want to see where are we trading relative to the pivot levels. So let me just put my pivots back on here. So for instance, JP Morgan, we bought already last year after this breakout on the daily pivot. Bank of America, so still relatively close to the daily pivot if you consider it 10%. So what I'll be doing is I'll be setting some orders here on that breakout level on the weekly. So then I basically, after I've got my short list, I will then get my potential buy zone. So for Wells Fargo, that's where I want to be looking. For Morgan Stanley, I want to see a weekly breakout above here. So if this weekly can close bullish, I will buy it there on the close. Goldman Sachs also last year we bought on this breakout off the daily, not the daily, the yearly pivot. BlackRock as well last year, 200 EMA actually, that's where we caught that. Citibank, weirdly that all the banks have got looking relatively alright. Citibank a little bit nowhere. XOM already in from last year. I think we caught it last year somewhere on that yearly breakout, but still in a consolidation. These are just some notes to add to it. CVX also bought last year somewhere close to this 200 weekly EMA. COP is one I haven't looked at, ConocoPhillips, and actually missed this. I was actually a little bit late with my analysis, but this was the perfect reversal buy there. I think it's up already 5.3%. Home Depot also caught that last year off this 200 weekly EMA. So for you guys that don't know, the 200 weekly EMA on stocks is quite a big level. CVS also just waiting for a breakout there. Coca-Cola already in this from this little breakout earlier in the year. Philip Morris as well already in from last year. I think last year we caught it somewhere here. There was some, I think it was here. This level, if you pull it left, this was quite a big demand zone. Every time we tapped into that zone, we had some type of bounce. Mondelez also first time on my list, so waiting for a break, a weekly break or some type of reversal of this yearly pivot. McDonald's also on the list, believe it or not, so waiting for a reversal of the yearly pivot. Comco SA, waiting for this week's weekly candle just to break this resistance. Then we're going to go into some buys there. Starbucks also on the list. This thing is looking chalk though. Look at the weekly 80, a lot of sell volume, so wouldn't even look at that, even though the fundamentals don't look too bad. Cisco Systems also can't do anything here while we're below the pivot. IBM also very well extended. Verizon, gonna wait for that pullback to the yearly pivot. TNT, I'm just waiting to see what we do this week here, so nice potential buy opportunity there. Texas Instrument Incorporated, already in that from last year's pivot, so not gonna add there. Honeywell International also just gonna wait for a weekly break above this level at the yearly pivot. Lockheed Martin gonna need to wait for either for price to get down here. UNP also last year caught that off the 200 weekly EMA, running at its peak, was running about 28%, but gonna look for some re-entries. UPS, very simple, need to trade above that level before we can look for buys. There's only 3 more. Amgen, we're gonna wait here. What is this? Bristol Myers Squibb. I've never heard of this company, but they're in the top 100 top traded stocks. And then the last one, Next Era Energy. Also gonna wait to see what we do here at the yearly pivot, because interestingly enough, you can see for the last 3 years, the yearly pivots have been trending down. Also, we're trading below the 200 weekly EMA. But yeah, Chad, that is how you build a portfolio, and you just update. I'll update this every quarter. I'll see what we're looking at, and I'll still do a long format video on this. Not gonna buy Rockstar shares purely based off a game release, if I'm honest, Etienne.
It feels like it's been a whole day already.
Sure, dude. There's phone calls. We can't get a camera.
I'm like running around here.
Oh, beautiful. I'm on a beautiful rest day today, so young rest day.
You on a rest day? Hey.
No, this big body moved yesterday for an hour and 10 minutes. Luckily, this time I waited for that pre-run poop because it was again like 5 o'clock in the morning. Had my coffee and waited patiently.
This was the lowest speed that we went, 60. 62. Just before that.
Yeah, gold is at that level. We're going to need to see what we do here. Asia is up here. We'll see what Keegan says as well. King Shack, 90 pips secured. Terry Chinyoka, Chad, I'll never have a backup account. Firstly, Chad, please. They block me, so I can't even see the profiles. I'm never gonna ask you for any type of investment. I sometimes don't even have time to reply to messages, so I'm not gonna start building chats over the weekend. So whenever somebody's building chats with you over the weekend, claiming to be me, please run away. Please, Chad, we gotta chat about this. $20.62, yeah, could be very, very possible if you look on a 4-hour time frame. This is that entire zone where there was a lot of congestion here. So consolidate, breakout, retest, consolidate, breakout, retest. Now breaking down. So 2160 definitely could be on the books. Keeks, gold, what are you looking at? I'm looking now at this 2155 for potential shorts.
55. I want to see Asia highs get tested. So really that's 2157 basically. Then either a little bit above that, you've got a support zone and that daily pivot above there. So I'm probably going to wait for a retest of that support or daily pivot, and then when we break back into the Asia range, I'll look to sell.
Okay, there you've got it. Still on your screen.
Yeah, so I'm literally just waiting for that there.
Daily pivot test. Yeah. Chad, it's a toughie here this morning. It is Euro Yen. Okay, very simple for me. EJ, as you guys can see, every single time we tried breaking above this half round number, so since the start of today, we've had that failed breakout above the 50. We've had, sorry, not on my screen. Looking at EJ, we had this failed breakout above that level. And is this going to be another failed breakout? Yeah, I don't know. But what I can say is that if we can do a retest, even of Asia highs, but I would love a retest like this, I will potentially take a trade, and I'm going to be very aggressive with my risk management on EJ. GJ, very similar. Again, we have yet to break above Asia highs, and we have yet to hold above Asia highs. So that is why it is very difficult to just take a breakout trade above a level which have not held. So keep that in mind. Do I want to short here? Not necessarily. Can you get pips to the downside? 100% you can, if that is your plan to try and fade the move. DXY, as mentioned, the concern is we can't get away from this level. So at one stage the sellers are going to give up, and you're going to see something like this, and this thing can start running. So also GU starting to trade back below the daily pivot. EU still in this ugly, I don't know what you call this, the diamond pattern. I know we've got some pattern traders here. that has got this drawn out on their chart. I don't think I've ever traded the diamond pattern. I've traded the other patterns, but yeah, I think this is, what is that beer from the Nelk Boys? Happy Dad.
Yeah.
So this is called the Happy Dad pattern. If you go onto Happy Dad, you'll see it looks very much like their logo. It's a hard salsa, and if you overlay the Happy Dad hard salsa logo, please note we are not affiliated with them, but now boys, we are open to discussions, so more than happy to chat. So this is called the Happy Dad hard salsa pattern. I don't know if you guys can see that. You see that? Happy Dad hard salsa. This thing will hard salsa your account if you try and trade it. So I don't know if you guys are keen for the hard salsa pattern. Very, very aggressive pattern. Are you guys still sorting out that accident?
I'm just reading all the chats about it now.
Are you in that group?
Yeah. It's just, my thing is that, I understand where the oaks are also coming from, but at my same time is that typical thing of people want to jump on the bandwagon and throw their toys out the cot and show that they've got power and all this cuck. But the guys have done the same thing a million times before. The same way they post videos of it, you can go in the chat and go look at all the videos they've done it time and time before. But because there wasn't an accident then, it was fine. But now there's an accident and everyone wants to throw their toys out the cot.
But then I start breaking aggressively.
Yeah, but the problem is, so two cars slow down in the front to obviously speed off, which again they've done how many times before, because you back each other up and then the guys have space to race into. But the cars behind were braking, but the thing is, all the cars were fine at the back, but one car, and that's what they're saying, the problem is now you can't blame the guys purely in the front, because the car that he rear-ended someone, their ABS didn't work and their brakes locked up and they went straight into the back of someone, so their brakes weren't working. So every other car was able to stop except the car who had faulty brakes. So it's also now why are you not blaming that person?
Yeah, don't go to a car meet if your gear's not ready. If your car is not up to scratch.
Yeah, if you know you want to race and stuff, don't be doing that. So my thing is, I just hate people that are hypocrites. You want to tune people, but again, you can go back in the group and see half of these guys have done it time and time before.
Yeah, that's why Keegan sold his Subi and got a BMW. You won't get that on a BM. Hard salsa. Hey Chad. You guys weren't ready for the hard salsa pattern. Actually, the right way to trade the hard salsa pattern is you call it a day and you leave the chart. Now boys said they want to do a endorsement deal for hard salsa. Hard salsa. You call it the Jeff Ponzi pattern. Chris, jy is actually moerse funny. Dankie man. Sê dit asseblief vir my vrou, sy dink nie ek so funny nie. Keegan het dit al gesien.
What is now?
Elsie doesn't think I'm funny.
Wow, what happened now?
No, Blom said I'm actually funny, and I said please tell that to my wife because she does not agree with that. If we're gonna get her into agreement. Is JW hiding here so if a fight breaks out so we can back him up? If the guys pull up here in these Subies. JW is the fight for free. Okay, luckily it's Monday. We're on a rest day. Keegs, you're on a rest day as well, eh? So you ready to take some names? Chad, we're ready to take some names here. Keeks, remember when Jeff was being house designer on the charts last week?
House designer.
Was he designing?
Oh yeah, his house and his chimney and
Alright, Chad, the charts are looking chalked. Everything back to the daily open levels. Gold. Okay, guys, very simple for me on gold here. There's the first rejection of 2155. If we get another rejection there, little break of structure. Gonna look for entries. Just keep in mind that we want a structure break here, and then also we want to potentially close below this 200 EMA. So wherever this 200 EMA is going to line up, we want a closure below that. And in terms of risk management, very simple. We want to see price continue lower. If it holds that 200, we are in trouble, and this thing can go much higher. But I'm simply looking at if we can create some type of support here. Then to break this support, I'm going to look for a potential short position. Asia is still intact though, but again, as mentioned, breaking a daily low. So I'm going to run quickly to the bathroom. I'm going to give you guys over to Keegan. 2155. Let's see if we get the short positions. Not sold on the longs as of yet, but I'll see you guys now. Just want to slap a sirloin, or I don't know what Keegan calls it, swing a sirloin. See you guys now.
Yeah, guys, I'm still waiting. Yeah, DXY again holding out here, and I always say to you guys, my thing is, if something happens like this, you've broken a zone and then consolidate. I don't want to be part of it because there's normally a big push that's going to come in afterwards. So again, this thing's either going to break right back into the Asia range. Looking at this, Asia highs untested, so you can have that big push right back to the top side, or you're going to mount for the support and then trade up. But again, I don't want to be involved there, so I will wait for that breakaway, and that obviously carries over to gold. Where gold, again, I'm not going to try and jump in here in the middle of nowhere. I'll rather wait to either get to Asia highs to show something, or otherwise the support, daily pivot, and then do something like that, and then I can take the sells from there. So that's what I'll be watching out for. So bit of a waiting game. A typical, thanks so much, typical Monday where we just can't get in on anything straight off the bat, but we are going to see what we can do here. So again, just taking it easy, taking it chilled. I'm just going to see what I can get in on. Nothing that's like jumped out at me, so we are still just waiting here for now. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah, Jeff being a house designer. I'd actually truly be interested though, if Jeff has to really design a house, what it would look like. I think that would be a little bit entertaining. We don't have anything like at all today. CMR, yeah, nothing major. So just a waiting game. The joys of being a trader.
Did Jabba at least win the race?
I don't know.
Okay, Chad. Back in action, Keeks. You can take a bite of that chicken.
I'm gonna do that, brother.
I see you eyeing that chicken. GJ. EJ running. Let's quickly see what came out. It's still in 27 minutes. Yeah.
That's the exact same camera here, so we'll have two of them.
No, but he's saying it's not a good.
I don't know, because I know you're trying to keep the numbers low, but it's in itself is good.
Then we'll have two identical cameras.
Yeah.
14.5. New.
No, no, no.
From where?
Lower shot. Home. It's not even listed. They haven't listed it yet. I got the guy's name.
Darren 14.
I'm actually gonna tell him, yeah.
No, tell him we'll spend. Tell him this.
So then Holland, maybe talk to him, say 14 because we're still gonna buy them.
Yeah.
So see if
So let's say we're gonna
can we
buy
do
the
14?
Sigma lens. And what's the condition? No buttons broken.
He says it's been in and out of the bag, but it's good.
How do you mean? How do you mean?
They very much a quality, so I don't think they'll be.
How do you mean in and
I
out
think
the
it
back?
just means like natural weight gain kind of thing. I don't think it's like scratch that also changes either.
How much is it new that's gonna?
64.
Yeah.
67.
New.
Yeah.
Tell
I
him,
would find it new.
tell him 14 lens. We're gonna buy a lens. 14. Tell him we'll do the deal now. We'll pay now.
I think it's, we have two identical
But
cameras.
I'll take your one then. We'll swap.
I think it's fair.
Yeah,
like
that's
we have two
still the same.
identical cameras then.
Chris getting 10% in Vault Funder looks a bit far. Why don't you make 8% for the boys, 4% Void? If you're gonna make 10%, brother, then I don't know what to tell you, my brother. Just up your risk per trade. That's the entire thing about evaluation. Up your risk to 2% per trade, and then that 10% is not far away. 5 wins and you're there. Keeks, do you think 10% is way out?
Wait, on Wolfman looks a bit far away. Why do you make it to 8% phase 1? No, 10% is easy, man.
There you got it, Chad. Keegan at 10% in 3 days. Risking how much per trade, Keeks, when you did that funded account with the Project 5130 boys? 2%, 1.5.
I did 2% in the first day just to be like out the blocks, and then I did another 2% after that, was 4, and then I jumped 3%, so we're at 7, and then another 3%.
Risk.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, man, it was 226 because that's where I got in 3 days because we traded CPR. I still gave the CPR signal to the group.
No, but I mean risk per trade. Did you risk 6%?
No, I risked 2%,
Oh.
2%, and then I risked 3%.
Okay.
Yeah.
2Gs, are you funded? Adrian, we supply liquidity for the funded. I'm kidding. I'm not funded. I just trade simulated funded accounts. Nobody's really funded. We're all just living in a simulation with simulated challenges and simulated capital with simulated trading days. Big old simulation. And demo profits, yeah. So it's just one big simulation. Yeah, simulated girlfriends. This coffee is actually simulated as well. It's a simulated coffee.
Simulated coffee.
And if I drink too much of this, I'll need to take a simulated poop as well a little bit later. Adrian, what newbie questions are you asking him, my brother?
Just keep. Wow.
Adrian, what
Wow.
newbie? Hey Chad, let's just pray for Curly. Once we got him on the pod next week, we can chat about.
Don't worry, Cools. We'll get you there as well one day, brother. We will get you there.
No man, Curly. Hey Curly, how's the weather in Cape Town, guys? I think it's getting too cool. My boy Curls.
Hey, I was gonna have a comeback there, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna be the better man.
Oh, you're the better man, Keeks.
I'm the better man.
Yeah, Fabio, might as well call myself Joash. Simulated capital. Little buzzword going around. Chad, what have you guys been trading? There's honestly, I'm only looking at gold here. And if we fail here again and we can break structure, I'm going to go for it. Otherwise, days chalk to me. What do you think of Euro USD? Let's look at Euro USD, brother. Sorry, that is my simulated chart for Euro USD. Let's get to the real chart. Neutral bias for me. This was basically Friday's high that we're starting to break here. So on the daily, you'll see we're starting to break a previous daily high. Also, we bounced off that monthly pivot. So there's nothing telling me that we can't trade all the way back to this neckline at 109.25. So my only thing though is we've got data in 20 minutes, 19 minutes. Can that data drive price through this round number? Also your daily R1 level. So you're trading an extended level. Asia high is still untested. So for the SMC boys, you'll see something like this on their charts. I can almost guarantee you if I call Jev in here and I ask him, Jev, where is the liquidity? Jev will tell you. So if you are trading with some SMC boys, you'll see stuff like this on their charts, and all I really see is Asia highs untested. So same thing, just a different day. So again, very late into the session, this could be the high of the session. We could be trading all the way back down, even if this thing just corrects and then continues higher. Not really where you want to be trading at. It is now 18 minutes to 10. We've got some data coming up. So yeah, Euro USD in a little bit of no man's land for me. If there was data, if we were trading off the back of some econ data, and that was favorable to the euro. I would obviously just wait for something like this for a continuation trade. But again, it's Monday. As much as you don't want to get your powder wet on a low probability trade, the big boys are also sitting on their hands waiting for their setups. So yeah, Euro USD not the cleanest. Check out Aussie dollar CAD. Let's quickly check it out while we wait for gold here.
Also, ball talk, by the way. Bro, if you aren't even a full-time trader, by what you're probably taking out, I definitely don't think you need to be worrying about taxes at that point then.
Yeah, it's weird the guys asking about taxes like they make all this money from trading. Here's my thing, if you're making that much money, go and see an accountant because you can write that the fees you pay off the fees you pay the accountant also is a tax deductible expense. So if you're making that type of money, but we are going to do, I actually just need to get to Joburg to Tax Consulting SA, most probably the best tax consulting firm in SA. That's a lot of SA. And no, they didn't pay me to say that. I should actually ask them to pay me for that shout out. Maybe clip that, send that to them. But yeah, we are going to have a tax chat as well. Alright, chat. Let's quickly go to Aussie dollar CAD while we wait here for gold. Aussie dollar CAD. When was the last time I traded this? This was most probably still back in the day when I was trying to catch everything on the markets. Okay, very simple for you, my brother. This one is completely for free. We're not even going to charge you for this one. From a weekly perspective, you can clearly see that last week we broke above this level. Or not last week, the previous week. But then also we have now rejected this level. This is this previous break level. So you're in a little bit of a tough spot here on the weekly on Aussie dollar CAD. Not the cleanest, not the worst. But these are your two levels. I would say continuations above here and then sell continuations below there. So from a daily perspective, let's quickly look at it. If the picture is any clearer. Alright, so very, very clean picture here to work with on the daily. The first thing that I can identify is that your daily 200 EMA is quite an important level for Aussie dollar CAD in recent weeks and months. So as you can see, the 200 on the daily has been an absolute magnet for price, and you've got some reaction off that. So going into this week, I would wait for this daily candle to close and see whether we can actually hold above this breakout level here. Otherwise, if we reject this and come back into the range, you can clearly see from previous moves that if we can't trade above it, we're going to go down below. If we can trade above it and hold above it, we've got some extensions. So that is the one thing I see on Aussie dollar CAD. The 5 minute time frame, let's see what the picture looks like here. 5 minutes, very, very clean chart on the 5. You've got your Asia highs up there. You've got your Asia lows down here. Your 80 is still looking bearish, so I'm going to say you're going to need to wait for that shift. But please keep in mind, both these pairs are currently offline. So once North America comes online, you can wait for something like this perhaps. If you get that and the 80 starts flipping bullish, you can potentially look for some buys here. And then you obviously want to be monitoring your round numbers like your 8900, 8950. But yeah, this looks like a snail of a pair. Over 2 days and moved 55 pips. So very, very slow mover. But yeah, brother, I hope that that helped, my brother. Free of charge. We only sometimes ask for coffees, but we've had quite a bit of coffee today, so you off the hook, my brother. No coffee required for this one. Quick question, Chris. How do we go about paying taxes? Okay, we chatted about that. Majin Buu Naidu though, Chris. Caught a quick short on US 30 this morning. So pretty much just chilling. Beautiful, beautiful. Ball talk with cream. I've got a lot of questions about that name. It is a name that I think I would have used the younger me. Ball talk with cream. A lot to unpack in that name. There's obviously a hidden agenda behind that name. Keeks, ball talk with cream. What's the first thought in your mind if I say that? Ball talk with cream.
PG-18.
Okay, there you have it. Ball talk with cream.
That man was hinting to some things.
As long as my ball is out of the conversation, I'm happy we can keep it moving. What is your take on 50k profits per month? 50k dollar or rand? And when you say what is my take, just provide some context, Jason. Are you talking about tax? Are you talking about is it good? Here's my thing. If you made any type of profit, that is good. You beat the market. 95% fail to do so. So my first day here, and I have to say I think this is the first of many. Ghost, Ghost. Really appreciate it. Appreciate the support. And to the rest of you guys, as always, blessing and a privilege to be here with taxes on 50k. Should it be declared or should it just keep quiet? Jason. Hear no evil, speak no evil. These guys want me to give tax advice here on stream.
I just noticed that like so many guys are worried about that.
Chad, the best way for your trading taxes is register a company, get a tax directive, so you only pay 18%. You're gonna need to do almost like a dummy balance sheet for the year, so prospective income, less expenses. And if you apply for a tax directive, you can basically use your car, repayment, fuel, cell phone, internet, office expense. There's so much that you can basically deduct from your earnings. And then at the end of the year, and again, this is free of charge, not even charging you guys. So the 18% you paid at the end of the tax year when you do your conclusion for the tax year, or not the end of the year, now closer to the middle, end of the year, then you're going to get that 18% back as well as a rebate. You just need to make sure you're not posting a profit. So that is a simple one for free. I don't really know LLCs. I think that's a limited liability corporation. I don't know how that. You can just do a standard PTY. Standard PTY, you put yourself up as a commission worker because technically your trading profits is some form of commission. And if your car is in your personal name, what you can do is you can do a lease agreement between yourself and the business. So the business technically pays you to make use of the car. So you've got that invoices. So you lease the car to the business. Chad, there's a lot of ways. So we'll do a series on it. Seeing that all of you guys are asking about taxes, I'll do a series on it for you guys. I would have loved to do, but we're still going to do the podcast with Tax Consulting SA. I think that's going to wrap up a lot of questions for you guys. Is this South Africa I'm hearing? This is indeed South Africa, my brother. I'm South and my partner is called Africa together. This is South Africa Trading. So I'm South Dix and he is Africa Van Dijk. Awesome. I'll be following your streams from now on. Mestizo, beautiful. Chad, just give a warm welcome to Mestizo here. Or open up a church. Okay. That's even better. That's even better. No tax for the churches. Chad, gold, very, very interesting for me. Very late in the session. Let's see if we can get this break. How's the hourly going to close? Hourly still going to close bullish though. Decisions, as mentioned. If we are going to get this 5-minute break, I'm going to have to see a 5-minute candle close below this 200. I'm going to have to see a 5-minute close below that 200. So let's see, 5 minutes. Hourly is going to close then. Hourly is still closing bullish, so price can again just go and fill that wick. Daily has yet to flip bullish, so very, very interesting here, Chad. Very, very interesting here. 80 is also starting now to somewhat trade above the 200. Let's see. Neil. That is, Chad, that is a very, very good point. Chris, after you start realizing gains and after living expenses, should we not invest in passive income? If not, Neil, that is what I've been talking about for a long time. I don't know if you were on stream previously, but I talked about my stock portfolio and I shared the list with you guys, and all of this is to build cash flow, investing in stocks that pay you dividends. Firstly, you're not just making money from the price appreciating, you basically earning from that stock, so you're getting dividends. My dream is to get to a stage where, let's say, my property portfolio and my dividend portfolio pays me an income. What now?
Etienne greeted someone in the chat this year. So he's like, "Yo, welcome, Miss Tizo with a peach." And the guy's like, "Thanks." And he's like, "Krobla, relax." And the other people like, "No, like when they greet you with a peach, it's before Peach Nation."
Yeah, it's sorry. Invest in the stock market. You will be 100% Fabio. And Neil, if you don't want to invest into like stocks, individual stocks, very, very simple, Chad. Very, very simple. If you don't want to invest into individual stocks, invest into ETFs like QQQ, QQM. You've got SPYD. You've got the Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF. And these ETFs basically track the global or the broader market. So, Neil, 100%. I hope that answers your question. I hope that answers your question here this morning. Keeks, what are you doing on gold, my brother? Are we buying this as we break out for that daily flip, or are we selling below here? Chat to me.
I want to sell, brother.
You want to sell?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I want to hear. But.
Now, this is where it gets tricky, guys.
Sorry, Chad. Sorry. In 2 minutes, we could go off, Chad. So I'm just letting you know. Load shedding. Okay, Keeks.
There was missiles that just hit Japan from North Korea. So now that's the thing coming up on the news terminal. They reported confirmed there was no damages reported from the missiles that hit.
Oh.
Yeah. So they apparently landed outside Japan's EEZ. I don't know what that is, but yeah. So they did hit. Projected North Korea fired ballistic missiles at Japan from the Japan Coast Guard. So my thing is, I don't think it will have that much of effect, but that could have a little like a dip and tip like spark there on gold.
Keegan, did you just use the words dip and tip? Dip and tip.
And tip.
Wait. Dip and tip.
Yeah.
All right, Chad. Good morning from the Dip and Tip show with my host Dip and me Tip. We're gonna Chad, we're changing the name. It's not called the opening bell anymore. It's gonna be the Dip and Tip. And some of you want to get that chip and dip, but it's time we get the tip and dip. You won't get clipped, 100% Vince.
But yeah,
but trading, you might get slipped. Oh, you didn't see that one coming.
So we just gotta see there. But now I still want to sell.
Look at my sim. Look at Mestizo. New man here already in the flow. Mestizo, beautiful. Look
just
at my
falling
Simba
into place.
Chad, that is what we're looking for. This man came on here already part of the chat. Keeks, I think with that headline, the big thing is if North Korea comes out, whatever they say, that's what's going to be important, Chad. So the missiles is one thing.
Yeah.
So firstly, if North Korea owns up to it, that's the second thing. And then after that, the reason for it. So that's what's going to spark the volatility. If it was purely a test gone array, I don't think you're going to get crazy things happening. But you should see the dollar strengthening here as well now. Alright, there you got that break on GBP USD, Euro USD, yen pair should also come down now as that safe haven. Gold, Keeks way out, hear me out. Hear me out.
Yeah.
We've been hovering around this 2155 level.
Yeah.
Breaks above this session high, especially off the back of that news. Something like this. And very, very simple. Risk management wise, any closures back below kill the trade. But looking for that potential spike on the back of that news. And your advantage point is Asia highs still untapped, and also that 4-hour zone at 2160. Just hear me out. Just hear me out. Oh, sorry, it's still on Keegan's screen. Here's the chat. I'm looking at this potentially. I don't know.